Hello everybody, this is ChessBot Battle 20 and today we will see which Halloween chess bot we should play, and so let's take a look here. It looks like we'll be playing Witch Laura, and the description says Laura the librarian took up witchcraft after reading the Necronomicon. Pay attention. You might learn something from this well-read witch. Alright, so this chess bot is a Halloween bot rated 1100, so we'll choose that one, play as a random color, and for the time limit here, let's see. And why is it not giving me a time limit option? Let's go back and take a look at this. All right, so choose, play with this color, and for some reason it is not giving me a time option. I don't understand that. Custom. Okay, there we go. I had to hit custom. Okay. Bear with me here for a moment. Okay, we'll try a 10-minute game with no added time. And let's see here. We don't want the bot to chat and distract us while I try to explain the moves. Okay, I think it's all ready. Let's play. Okay, we have the white pieces. In some recent videos, I was trying out the Italian game. So, I don't know, I could see, well, they respond differently. So no Italian game today. It looks like the Sicilian defense. All right, so I talked about how to play any chess opening. So follow basic principles. My earlier video said if you follow the basic principles, you can play any chess opening. So here we want to develop pieces as fast as we can, control the center, get ready to castle our king, push our pawns in the center to help control the center. If they capture, we have to recapture. Normally you don't want to move pieces twice in the opening unless you have to recapture something. So they're attacking. We'll continue development by bringing out another knight. Okay, so they push forward with this pawn, which helps control the center and gives black a little bit of room, although he is cramped here. So now we have to decide how to continue here. I could, maybe bring this bishop up here and check, but they could block. We'll try it out and just see what they do. As this is okay, so they made a bad move here. They should have blocked, with the bishop probably. So now they won't be able to castle. So we just continue following basic opening principles by castling and developing our pieces, controlling the center. So we'll go ahead and castle here. Okay, so now we are under attack, and let's see. Interesting. If we retreat, they can attack us. Then we'll have to retreat again. If we only retreat to A4 or C4, they could attack us. So then they could attack this knight. All right, well, maybe I'll see what they do here. I'll go here. If they continue to push forward, okay, so this is interesting. Now I could possibly check the king, and he could trade off his bishop here. Let's see, or I could check the king this way. Maybe that would be better. But maybe not, because then they could attack us. So if I go here, if they capture, I'll attack this way first. And, they could give up the bishop, and they decide not to do that. All right, so now, let's see. We could jump forward here, attacking the knight, but let's continue development. Let's pin the knight here. So we see that a weakness has been created, this backward pawn here. So we could try and trade off this knight here, which is helping attack this d5 square here, which would come in useful to push this pawn forward and get rid of this weak backward pawn. So we could trade off here, but right now it's pinned to the queen. So let's go ahead and do this and just put more pressure. So when a piece is pinned, it can usually be a good idea to just keep piling up on the pinned piece. All right. So now we're basically forced to attack there, or recapture, I should say. All right. So now, let's see. What do we want to do? We have to retreat. Where would be best? Well, and I better look at my time as well. Now, we still have to develop our rooks and our queen. So, do we want to keep this diagonal here? That may be good. We'll do that because it lines up on the king. It protects this piece, this knight here. Okay. So now, what do we want to do? Well, let's see. We might as well just, well, we have to watch out for the knight jumping into here. Okay. How about, oh, and the knight could jump down here and attack our bishop. So we'll just go ahead and make that move to give our bishop a little escape route. Okay, so now we are attacked here. We may have to give up our bishop pair, but why don't we just check first? Check the king. Okay, now we could back up here and leave this pin on the knight. So maybe we'll go ahead and do that. Or do we capture? Well, then that could open up the position there on our king. I don't know if we want to deal with that. All right, we'll just back up, see what happens there. Okay, so now, all right. Well, now we may have the opportunity here to capture. And now he has this bad bishop here, and we got rid of that knight. Now we can go up here and threaten a mate and attack the rook as well. Okay, so he just moves here to protect. We will go ahead and just pile up pressure now on this right here. Okay, so he's threatening to attack. We'll go here, just limit the scope of this bishop. Well, now we could just capture this right here. So we might as well do that. Just open up the position, grab this free piece here, or this free pawn. All right, so we'll go ahead and do that. Let's see. We could check again here and pick this pawn off. So now we're just picking. Oh, wait, we don't want to do that. We'll lose our queen. Almost had a blunder there. All right, let's attack with the rook that is not developed here. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, now, instead of worrying about this, let's see. Well, if we go here, he could attack us. All right. So now, well, why don't we just move and pin this? We'll go here. Just pin and... All right, we could trade off queens now. So maybe we'll go ahead and do that. So trade off queens. Try and pile up some pressure here. Well, we might as well do that. Attack the pinned piece here. Okay. So now, well, we might as well just trade off material. And then we can move here and attack. Then we'll be able to pick this off as well. So if we go there, now we can pick that off. Pick off more material, and we should be winning now. Okay, so we'll just go here, move this pawn up. Okay, so we'll go there. Just move our king up so he can't come into the position. And let's see. Well, I might as well just move my king forward. So in the end game, the king is a very important piece that you must use to help you win the game. So let's just push our pawn majority here. We'll just keep pushing up the board and try and promote. Okay, so let's get our king up into the action. And we might as well just limit the opponent's options over here. All right, now we'll go ahead and do that. And might as well push this king out further. Just keep going. And here, we'll just cover this and promote a pawn. So if they capture, we capture. And then now we can just push our pawn on the edge up. Might as well just pick that off. And we'll just start pushing forward. Okay, capture again. And we'll just promote to a queen and then just use that queen to win the game. All right, so now let's see, we'll get that queen closer, move it down here and push the king to the edge of the board. So we'll go a knight move away until he's forced to the edge. Then we trap him on the edge, and then we'll move our king over here to help the queen deliver mate. All right, here we go. And we can mate from here on e8 or just mate here. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that little battle against this Halloween chess bot. We'll do a quick game review, see what we can learn. Although this was a longer game, 60 moves, I probably made it go on longer than I needed to. So, game review. Let's see what the computer has to say here. And remember to review your games. It definitely helps you to improve. You can find out what you're doing wrong, what you could have done better, things that you missed. All right. It says sudden, great win. You saw your chance and took it. So we kind of just stayed in the lead and then slowly increased our advantage. Although it looks like we, decreased our advantage here at some point. 82.8 to 74.2. We had one great move. 20 best moves versus their 22. All right, we'll look at blunders. No blunders. We did have one miss, so we'll have to see what that was. No mistake, but they had 5 mistakes and 5 inaccuracies. Okay, a quick look here. So we played an open Sicilian where, if we go back and look at this, knight. So the Sicilian, e4, c5. This is a counter-attacking opening. It can usually be pretty tactical, so pretty tricky opening. Depending on what variation you play, can determine if there's a lot of tactics or not as many. But e4 controls the center. c5 brings a side pawn out, attacking the center. And usually tries to exchange off the c pawn for the d pawn, as we'll see here shortly. So knight to f3 to help reinforce a d4 pawn push. And now e6, which is a possible variation in the Sicilian, where there's different things black can do. They can play d6, e6, g6, knight to c6. So there's just so many variations possible in the Sicilian. And now the open Sicilian, even more variations. So we're in the Scheveningen variation. Maybe I didn't pronounce that correctly. But an open Sicilian here where they capture, because anytime that your opponent puts both their pawns in the center, it's usually a good idea to chip away at their center. So we capture there, or they capture, then we recapture, giving them time to attack our other pawn, which we defend. And now they play this d6 move. So this controls a lot of central squares, although the position is a little cramped and both bishops are kind of blocked in by their own pawns. So that would be the one downside to this opening, the cramped position and the pawns being kind of blocked in. If we play on further here, bishop to b5 was played next, and it says that's an excellent move. It's good to get your bishop off its starting square and into the action, and it lets us castle. But let's see what they recommend as the best move. Looks like they preferred bishop to e3 here. Okay, so that's interesting. It helps fortify the center. Maybe getting ready for queenside castling. You could just bring the queen up here to d2, and then you're ready to castle, queenside, and then you could push your pawns up to use a pawn storm, pushing pawns forward against your king if they castle kingside. So next we had, so in the game, if we go back, we played bishop to b5 check, and they made a mistake here. Of course you don't want to move your king in the opening like this. Now he can't castle when he could have just blocked with a bishop. So this is a mistake. Now black can't castle. All right, so now how do you take advantage of that? Well, usually you want to break open the center since the king is stuck there now. But in the game, I decided to just castle first, and it says that's an inaccuracy. The best move would have been, like I said, to start pushing pawns and try and break open the center while the king is stuck there. This is what I should have played, and it would have given me an extra half a point advantage. Here, let me turn the light on. It's starting to get dark in here. All right, continuing on. If I go back, so I castled instead of pushing that pawn like I should have to try and break open the center. And then we have a6 being played. Looks like the best move for black. It starts kicking my bishop back, prevents these knights from jumping up here into the position and attacking black. So next we had a retreat by the bishop, and it says this is excellent move, but better would have been to just retreat all the way back here to e2, where that keeps an eye on this square to prevent the knight from jumping forward, and if this pawn is pushed forward chasing my knight away, now I would be able to better guard this g4 square from the bishop as well. All right, moving on. Oh, I kind of blasted through the moves here, and I didn't mean to do that. But so the video doesn't go on so long, I'll kind of move on a little quicker here. So at this point, we captured, and what is going on now? Well, if we look at the material, we have 7 pawns to their 6, so we're ahead by a pawn, and their king is trapped in the center while our king is safe. We're trying to control this open file here, so that's good on white's part. And this bishop is eyeing a square around the king here. So next move, we capture a pawn here, but instead it looks like we had a missed opportunity to win a queen through a fork. Okay, let's take a look at that. All right. So that's interesting. It's saying that we should have attacked the queen, so I see that. Now the queen can't move here because the queen would just capture it. The queen could move here, but then what happens? Now, how does it say we are losing a queen? Let's show the moves. Attacking our queen. I don't know about that. I think they would have just moved. Why? See, that's one of those mysterious computer moves. So if we go back here and we move up here, if we take a look at the analysis, all right, it's saying bishop to d5. Okay, now why wouldn't the queen just move to here? Is there a reason why? Okay. Or even block and lose a rook for the bishop. Well, let's take a look at this move first. Okay, it looks like that allows bishop to c6 check. Okay, well, I guess the threat is moving the queen up here on the back rank. So bishop to c6 check. If the queen captures, well then we can move our queen up here and mate. So I guess that is the threat. Queen captures, and then we can deliver a check here, and then the queen would have to block, and then we have a capture. Queen captures, and then another block, and then let's see, then mate. All right, so I overlooked that attack. That definitely would have come in handy. So continuing the game review here, let's take a look. So the best move would have been to move this to here. Interesting, to prevent that from being captured. All right, moving on here. Let's see. No, it's not. Come on, review. Start reviewing. Okay, so this wasn't the best move. Best was to attack with the bishop. Okay, and then next we went to the trade of queens after I captured that pawn. So then I recapture, and then they attack here, which is a mistake because let's see what the best move would be, to just try and exchange off one of these rooks to relieve the pressure of these rooks just attacking down these open files. So then, let's see, we push forward because this bishop is pinned here. So bishop is pinned, by the rook, and whenever a piece is pinned, it's usually a great idea to try and add more pressure to that pinned piece. So that's why it says this is a great move, because now you're attacking an already pinned piece. So next we have an exchange of rooks here. Oh wait, I hit the wrong button. So after more trades, white just ends up ahead in material, and when you have extra material, you can just use that to help press your pawns forward and promote and use the extra queen, of course, to win. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that little battle there against Witch Laura, rated 1100. Maybe tomorrow on Halloween, I will try to go up a level to I believe it's an 1800 rated chess bot for Halloween. So, stay tuned and you can check that out tomorrow. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Feel free to leave comments or suggestions. And as a reminder, if anyone would like to see a particular chess video, just leave a request in the comments section and I will try to do that video for you, on whatever the topic, chess related. I'll see if I can, put that out there. And if you leave a comment and I don't get back to you immediately, just send another one as a reminder. All right. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.